Hi there, it's Mr. Grapes back again, continuing our walk through the game Gods Remastered, produced by Robot Riot and released in the year 2018, and we have made it to level 4, the Underworld, and we are about to negotiate World 2. This world, I would say, is probably the hardest in the game, particularly if you are trying to do a clean run with no lives lost, which is what I'm doing for you. Every level that I've put up on my YouTube channel is a clean run through, no lives lost, apart from the final level where we lose a couple of lives fighting the end of level boss. With this world, we're going to start in the shop. I'm going to take a starburst and a shield, and then we are going to move up the ladder into this first little area, which we are going to explore anti-clockwise, killing the guys as they drop down, moving around, and being aware that as we do so, it is in the game's nature to drop guys behind you, so you need to be aware of those as well. When you click this switch, you need to move quickly to your left, otherwise you will drop onto the trap, which will kill you. And then there are a couple of firing guys in the wall there that we need to take care of, and then it's just a case of picking up the crystals that they've dropped in the room key, and then moving round. And you can jump this trap, and in fact it is possible to jump it completely clean. I do take a very small hit there, but if you get your positioning right, you can jump it without losing any health at all. Now we come to a very, very difficult area of the game. This is a treasure room, if you like, a bonus room, but all the blocks in here are breakable. So while on the one hand you need to try and dispose of the enemies, I'm using a starburst there to start us off. If you break too many blocks, you can't reach the bonuses that are top left and top right. You will see I've already lost a large amount of energy, so I am now in the last chance saloon, and I need to tread very, very carefully for the remainder of this stage. I've managed to get the weapons that were top left. I'm going to deal with those two thieves, which I could have used to bring them down, but that's tricky as well. Now we're going to try and move top right, and if I can stay alive, there is a health bonus there which will help us no end. There is also a treasure key which can be picked up. There we are, we've cleared that out. We can now reach that little area, and now we're going to clear out the rest of this room, destroying the blocks, collecting the treasure. But I do make a mistake now, because there's a treasure box which is dropped there, and I didn't notice it on the playthrough. It's dropped randomly. Sometimes it's dropped nearer the middle of the room, and I carry on killing these blocks and moving downwards without realising that I'm actually removing my path to that treasure box. So a mistake there. Now the point of this level is to collect the alchemist tools, and you will see that we collected the first one there, bottom right hand corner, so you need to make sure that you've collected that before you leave this room. So it's not a perfect room. I've missed the treasure, but I have got full health, I have got the alchemist's bowl, and that in truth is not a bad result, and in particular I haven't lost a life. And as I say, if you're looking for a clean run through, this room is particularly challenging. We're going to come back out of the door. Before we do, I'm just going to check to make sure I am carrying what I think I am, and then we're going to move to our right and through a door on the right into the next area of this world. Pick away along this ledge. Some more bad guys will appear. Need to deal with those as they do, and then there will be a chap in the wall firing at us who we also need to dispatch. And in a moment we're going to pick up a little helper called a familiar. It's a little bird that flies with you, and he fires your fireballs for you, and he also kills enemies upon touch. And a rather strange thing happens on this particular run through. For some reason I keep the familiar for far longer than I normally would. Normally it dies before the end of this level, but in fact it survives the whole of this level, and in fact I have to get rid of it in the next level, because one of the things it will do is to kill thieves if it touches them, and I absolutely need a thief in the next level to obtain something that's necessary to complete it. So a bit of a strange anomaly there. As I say, normally that familiar would die before the end of this level. I'm waiting for him because I need him to help me deal with these guys that come down here as we come up these ladders, and we're now going to move across to the right. Some more flying guys coming in from the left, and then there's a a chap in the wall firing at us, and there's also a thief that's going to appear there who we will deal with, and then we can collect all the bonus stuff in this little dip here, including another health power up, which is always very handy, and a key. Take the treasure key, move back to the left because we missed a little gem there, and then we're going to move back to the right and go out through the door there. That brings us back down more or less to where we started out when we started climbing up back there, and we're now at a part of the level where we've got a number of little alcoves containing bad guys, all boxed in by breakable blocks. So we're going to work our way across left to right, breaking the blocks, killing the bad guys, being aware of the flying ones from the top that will drop spears and arrows on us, and it's just a case of clearing this whole area out before we move on, collecting everything that we can. I'm always careful, if I can, to collect as many gems and crystals that are dropped as I can, because they all add up to points, and points are important because they in turn add up to extra lives. And if you want to play this game through more than once, second and third run throughs, the enemies have more hit points and it's much harder to get through without losing lives. So all the extra lives you can put in the bank for now, they will come back and help you later on. Now we're going to move our way down through this little area here, again picking our way carefully. There's the second of the alchemist's tools, the gold bowl. And then there's three guys here the other side of this door, and we're going to use our flying mines to kill them. Now if we don't have flying mines, I would have used the shield that I am carrying just before I open the door and then run through and kill them with the shield. But before I do that, I would also clear out the room that we can see on our right. But as I've got the flying mines, I don't need to do that. I can kill them through the wall with the mines and then move over here to negotiate this room. A little bit similar in looks to the first one that we negotiated, where again we're going to navigate our way round anti-clockwise, again killing any bad guys as they appear. Moving up to the right, and one of these chaps is going to drop a potion. It doesn't matter where he drops it, don't worry about that trap because we will be removing it before we exit the room. And this chap's got quite a fast fire rate, need to be quite careful not to take hits from him, and there's one going to appear lower down that's got an even faster fire rate, so you do need to be careful. I think I do take one hit there, but he's not difficult to kill thankfully, so he doesn't present too much of a problem. Flicking that switch gets rid of that trap. We can now pick up the potion, and we would normally drop that potion in order to tempt a thief across. The thief appears when we flick that switch, move across to the left, and the thief will go back up and pick that bowl. But in this instance I have to stand out of the way because otherwise my familiar will kill that thief in that narrow passage where I can't reach the bowl. So I have to just take a couple of hits, let him come towards me, and then I'm going to pick up the bowl there. So I have lost a little bit of health. Now I'm going to leave that treasure key behind. Now that's the treasure key that I didn't use in the treasure room. And I'm going to move across here to the left, and there's a switch in the wall. And for whatever reason it doesn't work. Now I don't know if this is a glitch with me or a glitch with the game, but that should open the door to the left and it doesn't. So now you're going to have to watch me wander around a little bit aimlessly, wondering what on earth's going on. And I'm going to pick that key up again, just in case it's important. But as I say, I'm fairly sure that's the treasure key from the large treasure room that we negotiated. So I'm going to wander around this level, wondering if I've missed a key. I haven't. So if you want to fast forward the video until we get back to that door, please feel free. In the meantime, we will watch somebody completely confused, wondering what he's missed. And in the end we conclude that we haven't missed anything, and we're going to come back out, back along the passage. I can't get back up where I've been, it's not possible to jump up there. I try, but you can't, it's far too high. So there's nothing for it but to go back to the switch, and lo and behold, this time it works, and I get a special bonus drop down. Now whether it was that treasure key, I don't know, but apologies for that slight glitch. Now we're going to work our way down to the left, dealing with whatever's thrown at us again, and eventually we will come to a room where it opens out, and there's lots of bits and bobs that we can collect. There's lots of breakable blocks. And by shooting the blocks, avoiding the fire, that's best as we can. There's a hit I take there, but it's not terminal. Then there's an extra life, there's a fireball, there's more gems to collect. Shoot that final block out, collect the last gem, and that is that room negotiated, and we can make our way back out the way we came. Flicking that second switch sends us down through that opening. Again, kill what gets sent to deal with us. You've got to be quite quick. It's quite easy to get caught out there, but we did that okay. And then we're going to come down again, and this time we're going to just hold our position on the ladder and use our flying mines again to deal with this fella here. And there's one a little bit lower down as well, and if you drop down into the area it just becomes a little bit more complicated, so we're going to deal with them first before we drop, and then we're going to come down a little bit more and deal with that guy on the wall. And then once he's been taken care of, we can then come through this area and it's much easier to negotiate. Again, there's one on the wall there. I took a hit there, that was a little bit careless. We can break these blocks to come through to the left, and it will be either here that we find the door key that operates that door that we've just passed just above us there on the left. Now, because I'm carrying too many things, I have to leave something behind, so I will leave one of the alchemist tools behind because I can collect that back on the way through. I'm going to open this door and I'm going to work my way along this little passage as well, again killing whatever stands between me and the end of the passage. Again, I would reiterate that the familiar is still alive, and that is really quite unusual for this level. It's normally long gone by now, but for whatever reason it's still with me and still helping me. And so we've got a treasure chest there. Take the treasure, deal with the bad guys, and we move on. Back down the ladder, and we're going to go back and pick up the bowl that we left because we couldn't carry it. Now we've used the key, we've got sufficient space in our inventory to take it. Now this is almost the last little area of this world, and it's quite tough, so I've taken a shield there simply because I know I've still got it in my inventory and it'll be taken away from me at the end of the level anyway, so you may as well use it to deal with this slightly tricky little area. We haven't got full energy, so I didn't want to take any risks. Collect the key there. Move up, open the trapdoor, we're going to go up the ladder, but first of all there's some more flying guys coming in from the left, which we will deal with. Like so. Collect the gem. And then up the ladder, and there's one more fella on the wall to deal with. Now if you stand fairly close to him you can actually catch that gem as it drops, but it doesn't matter, it's just a quick trip back down the ladder to collect it, and then across to the right. Drops the world key down, we pick that up and we're through the door, and we have finished World 2. So I hope you found that useful. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to my channel, there's a link bottom right of your video, and I will see you again in World 3, the final level of the game. Thanks for watching.